And apparently, I am live. I hope y'all are doing well today. Hope you've had a great week and tried to stay positive.
And apparently I
hold
am
on. There was one
live.
thing
I
I
hope
forgot
y'all
to
are
do.
doing well today. Had a great week.
There, I forgot to shut myself up. It's hard to remain positive when you have so much negativity around you. And I don't mean like at the job or at home or whatever. It's all of it. When it all piles up on you, you get behind somebody getting up on the interstate where it's 75 miles an hour and they want to go 50 miles an hour, and along comes another vehicle and they just run side by side, going 60, 62 miles an hour in a 75-mile-an-hour zone. And you got money to make and places to go and things to do and people to see and all that. It's hard to remain positive. Then you get on these Facebook groups or like Reddit, and my mom texted me. If you're here, Mom, hi, Mom. I'm just seeing your text. Anyway, how you doing, Mr. Giggity? Oh, I got something in. I haven't done the box opening yet, but can you see that? New fishing reel. I'm gonna check it out. Probably. I was gonna go fishing yesterday, but we had to go. Was it yesterday? Today's Thursday. Yeah, yesterday. But we had a cold front come in. I didn't realize the cold front was coming in, or I definitely would have been out there fishing because you're a fisherman. You know that whenever you have a front coming in, usually a few hours or the day before, that barometric pressure is going crazy, and it's a good time to go. How you doing, T. Ron? But there again, the cold front came in and kind of blew that off, and that's another thing. Negativity in our lives. And it's like I said, it's hard to remain positive. But you read on these Reddits, and everybody's always griping about everything. I enjoy the social media, and a little bit is fine because everybody has the freedom of speech, and it's good to express your feelings. But my goodness, they go on and on and on. And then you get people that are so negative on DoorDash orders, and it makes you really your anxiety go up, and you're feeling depressed. And then you get people on there bragging about how much they make, and it's just a tough one. I didn't really have much today. Other than that, I just wanted to try to get everybody, including myself, because I haven't had a fantastic day. But you got to make the best of it. The way the world's getting, it's terrible. You went on a marathon last week. Do a DoorDash marathon. Oh, you get on Spark. All right. We got it. Usually, about your first 100 or so deliveries, you ought to make pretty good money because that's basically the same way all these apps are. It's just like a casino. They reel you in and get you hooked and make you think you're going to make all this big money, and then they slowly you just another number later on. It happens. That honeymoon phase that everybody used to talk about. I think your driver Micah's talked about it, and UDM. Everybody's talked about it. It's a fact. It is a fact. Sometimes I watch your videos and calm my nerves. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Well, I'm glad it calms your nerves because believe me, there is so much out there that gets our nerves up and our anxiety up, and it can it can really have a bad effect on everything and everybody. If you if you surrounded by negativity, you're not going to make much money. I can almost guarantee it. And I know money is a physical thing and negativity is a psychological thing, but they go hand in hand. If you go in with a bad attitude, you're going to have bad results. And trying to remain positive in a bad situation or circumstances or whatever, it's hard to do. It really is. But that's when you just got to step back and don't do anything. Reset yourself. I think I did a video on that last year or something, resetting yourself, or maybe a year before. Anyway, it's been a while. You should visit Vietnam. I wouldn't mind going to Vietnam. Beautiful over there. I wouldn't have wanted to be back over there in the late 60s, though, but, in today's times, it would be nice. It's looking pretty good. I've got several Walmart in the area. That's good. If y'all have Sam's, I guess y'all probably have Costco, which they may be the same way. Just got to be careful on like the Sam's orders. Of course, I think you have an SUV, so I think you've said that before. Anyway, if you've got that, it's fine. But when you're in a sedan like mine, they may have a phone and put it in a box like this, and that makes it really tough to put 4 or 5 different ones in your car. It's just terrible. How you doing, Drone Days? Indeed, life doesn't have to be hard. No, it doesn't. But if you let people get to you and let things get to you, it can be, and it's going to. It's just a matter of whether you can step back, reset, reevaluate everything, and then go back at it. You may, so what? So if you lose 2 hours, so what? You lost 50, 60 bucks. Yeah, that's terrible. I'd hate to lose that. But it's better than being so negative that you're going to wind up screwing something up. You're going to have a wreck. You're going to make somebody in a bad mood, and they might have something bad happen to them. So just take a breath, step back, and go fishing, go walking. Just do something. Go to the park. Just sit there. I used to do it a lot. I don't so much anymore, and I probably need to. I used to go out to one of the lakes here in Wichita Falls, and I just go sit. Didn't have nothing to do. Didn't have nobody to talk to. Wasn't on my phone. Just sit. Watch people. Watch the birds. Watch the waves, and think about nothing. Just nothing in particular. When you ask somebody, what you thinking about? Oh, nothing. That's a lie. Everybody's always thinking about something. It may be really nothing major, nothing at all. Might be thinking about how that bird looks, or that bird might have stolen another bird's food or whatever, something that makes no difference. But you're always thinking about something. But that's it. Just focus your thoughts and your energy on something else that's not negative. Even when people and situations bring that negativity on you, it's tough. The last couple of days have been pretty tough. Actually, about the last 3 days. But you got to keep pushing forward. And you're not going to get anywhere by standing still. And I've said that before, and I mean it. Oh, what have I missed here? Can't we all just get exactly? Yeah, it would be nice. Nice to see you. Any other older gig drives like us on the channel you can recommend? Well, I don't know. I know I'm not the oldest one because there's a guy that's usually on Pedro's lives. He'll come in. He's probably my age, and he's seems to be a pretty good guy, but I don't know his name. But but a bunch of the folks are younger, and you know, that's one thing cool about this job is it don't matter if you're 18 years old or if you're 85 years old. We're all doing the same job, and that 18-year-old, believe me, can teach that 85-year-old a lesson or two, and vice versa. Always be open-minded to new things. Anyway, I don't know right off the top of my head the names of any older gig workers that's on YouTube. You can drive a stick shift still, right? Yep, you dang right. 3 on the tree and 4 on the floor, or 6 on the floor, or I can drive a 13-speed semi. If you put me in it, I can drive it. I don't care what it is. I can drive it. Just give me a few minutes. The only thing that I had issues with when I worked at the city landfills, they call them scrapers. And I can drive that. That was no problem. But you have that blade that comes down, and you have to watch that blade. You have to watch where you're going and pay attention to the depth of that. And that I had a little bit of issues. And for anybody that's worked road work, there's called, when you're using a road grader, you have blue stake, and you have to have it perfectly level. I can grade with a grader, but I can't do blue stake. I'm not that good, but I can drive it. So yeah, I can pretty much drive anything. I haven't tried an airplane yet, and I'm not really sure I want to do that.
Let's drive anything.
Uh-oh, what happened? I unmuted myself. I guess my mouse was still over there. I was going to scroll up on the text here and see what I have missed. Ooh, contract violation. I still got a DoorDash contract violation. But I don't do DoorDash enough. I think it's 50 dashes or 100 dashes and it drops off. I never had one before, but I did get one and I deserved it. There was no arguing it. Oh, Steve says he's older. What? Well, yeah. You're a little bit older, but not quite as old as me, but you're not far behind me, I don't think. You can drive a stick shift. First contract violation, yeah, they didn't buy it, but I wouldn't sweat it. Unless you did like 10 orders and all of a sudden you got a contract violation. That you might kind of watch. If your first 10 orders on delivering and you get a contract violation. That's but if you've done 100 200 deliveries or whatever, and that's your first one, I wouldn't sweat it. Not a big deal. Smack that like, y'all. Yeah, I'm at it. Smack it away. Oh, if she don't want you, I'll take you. Did I miss something? I might have missed something. Being in the woods is great. I love it. And I'm going to the woods at the end of this month. I'm so ready to get out of here. That's something else, y'all. Making money is great, but the money is worth nothing if you don't have a life. So take a little time and get away for a day or two. Like I said, reset. You can reset daily. Just take 30 minutes to an hour daily. But every once in a while, 2 or 3 times a year, go away. Just disappear. You don't know anybody an explanation except for your family. But go to the woods. Get back to nature. Nature's a lot friendlier than society. I'm not antisocial, don't get me wrong on that, but I'm just saying the trees ain't going to fuss you or cut you off at the exit and whatnot. Am I an old channel? Yeah, like the emoji there. I don't know how long you've had your channel up, Steve. Is Padre the most popular DoorDash guy on YouTube? Oh, Pedro. He grew and grew fast. You got some other big ones. Your driver Mike, UDM. Pete, what's his channel name? I know his name, but I can't remember his channel. They're big, but he don't do much. He just I don't even know what he's done. I hadn't watched him in a while. Would I like to live to 100? I want to live as long as I can and still take care of myself. If I got the water running down my mouth and I don't know where I'm at and I'm pooping my pants and I can't feed myself and I don't even know anything, no, I'm done. Just put a bullet in my head or hang me or whatever. Make it quick and easy or painless. But yeah, I wouldn't want 100. I'd take 110 as long as I don't have to remember everything because I can't remember everything right now anyway. But I'm just saying, I just want to live as long as I can still be what you would consider living. Don't want to be on no machine, nothing like that. Your wife cooks the worst breakfast ever. Well, man, if she reads that, that's going to be the last time she cooks breakfast. I am not a cook, though. I will tell you that. I can make little things, but nothing major. Things are bad, but the stock market keeps going up, man. That's good. The Lyft streaks up a lot. I still can't get on Lyft. I don't even know if Lyft is in Wichita Falls. I signed up for it, but I never could get on it. I don't know. Most people will eat your food if you don't tell. If they're doing that, in my honest opinion, they probably shouldn't be door dashing. Because if you don't tip, it ain't nobody's fault but your own that you took that order. I think Hannibal put a short out the other day about a guy. Y'all may have watched it. He was at it looked like an apartment, and he was making a phone call and calling them names because they didn't tip. That's his fault. If you take an order and it don't have a tip, that person's not the clown. You're the clown because you're the one that took it. You knew beforehand. It don't count on a hidden tip. The last 20 or 25 deliveries I've done on DoorDash, which has been over a month span there have been 0 hidden tips that I can remember. But anyway, if the offer is $2.50 and you take it, don't gripe about not getting a tip. That's your fault. It ain't the customer's fault. Granted, they should have tipped. I agree. But why should the customer be paying our salary that DoorDash should be paying? They should tip. I'm not arguing that one bit. They should 100% they should tip. But it's not their responsibility to pay our salary. You know. But that ain't going to change. DoorDash has got so many people doing it. It ain't going to change. It don't matter what I say or anybody else says. Anyway, coming to Houston soon. I'm not. I'm going out of town, but not that far out of town. Houston's a pretty good ways from here. I'd like to go down to Corpus, though, which is south, but anyway. They say the Great Reset. I don't know. We'll see. Nature 100%. You betcha. Yeah. Most of y'all probably know Steve Rideshare Rodeo, but he is avalanche certified now. So if you go up into the mountain Rockies like Colorado and you have an avalanche and you get trapped, you might meet Steve face to face if you're lucky. Because if you don't meet somebody face to face and you're trapped, you're in a bad situation. They're going to be finding you in about August. I remember 3 on the comb. I remember learning on my boss's 50s. Oh, on comb, yeah. I had a 66 Ford pickup that was 3 on the tree. And actually, my dad taught me and my sister to drive. Oh Lord, we went through some super lead sleds back in the day. Or my dad did, but we have the Memorial Stadium, which is a football field, a huge parking lot. But he would take us up there and teach us to drive, and that's one of the things. One of the first cars we learned to drive was a Standard Honda Column. It was probably an old Oldsmobile, or I don't know, big old tank. Those cars are expensive nowadays, though, because everybody wants to make lowriders out of them. What about the Asian DoorDash guy? I don't know who that is. Could you handle two wives at your age? The question is, could they handle me? Was Grubhub ever good? Yes, Grubhub was excellent here about 2.5 years ago. That's one of the first ones I signed up. I think it was DoorDash and Grubhub. And then I ran into a guy that told me about Bite Squad, and I signed up for that. And then somebody else told me about Uber Eats. I signed up for that. But yeah, Grubhub, almost every single order was like $15 and up. It didn't matter if it was a mile or 10 miles. They had a very good base pay, which no longer is true. They're not very good anymore. I mean, they're comparative to the rest of them. Did it rain out there today? If you're talking to me, not today. We got some yesterday morning, I believe, and the day before yesterday. You don't dwell on conspiracy theories much. Nah, I'm there's some conspiracies that definitely are fact, but I don't dwell on a whole lot. You know, it is what it is, and you ain't gonna change it. Deal with it, learn how to cope with it, and move on. Sometimes you have to forget all your trouble. Yeah, that is a fact. You got to step back, take a breath, and laugh at the ignorance of some folks and learn from others. Jimmy Carter is 98 and still building houses. I remember when he was president. What's your biggest tip to date? Probably, well, I want to say $50. I want to say it was $50. I think Miss Emily's home. What's your biggest tip to date? Did Uber terminate you? No, I'm on Uber. We have a military base here. A lot of the orders, when I was on Bite Squad, I had a base ID so I could get on the base. No problem. But a lot of the orders that I've been getting on Uber, and I don't get on there a lot. Spark is my main thing. But a lot of the orders on Uber are sending you to the base. And you can't deliver on the base because you can't get on the base. So, how you doing, Miss Rideshare Lisa? Man, okay. What's for dinner and a DoorDash? I have no idea what's for dinner. I haven't made it that far. You made it this time? Well, I'm glad you made it. I made it too. That was one of the things, the things that negatively impact you during your day. Most of the time when you start off in the morning, it's positive. But when people won't let you on the highway and they're blocking you and they're driving like idiots through the parking lot and just attitudes can sure bring you down quick. And I almost just retracted tonight and not do it. But I got to thinking, just try to wipe it clear, focus, and move on. And that's what I tried to do. And here I am. So I made it too. My grandfather still watches cartoons, so screw it. Exactly. Man, you put the Jetsons on or the Flintstones, I'm all on it. The world seems cold now. It is very cold. And people are what's making people are the ice cubes. I miss Emily.
Hello.
Are you still willing to deliver to? Yes, I deliver to apartments. Unless they've got 2 or 3 cases of water. In which case, no, I won't. Nasty boot excursions, cold. Could be the Colorado version of Dirty Shoes. Nasty boot. Oh, I hadn't seen that one or heard of them. I may look that up. How you doing, Rodney? Actually, I am. Let me, because I am not going to remember that. So I am going to copy that and put it on the little notepad I have open right here. Control V, and there it is. I'm going to look them up later. You just made it. Oh, so it's not really a channel. That would have been a good channel. Wait, see there? There's your new channel, Steve. Come to California. I would like to visit California. There ain't no way I'd live there, though. I've heard too many stories. Now, how many of them are true, I don't know. But I just don't know. Steve gonna be a grandpa again. Cool. If that's true, congratulations. Man, it got quiet. What? is that news to you too, Steve? Let's see. I think he's just 17, isn't he? Might wait at least another 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years, maybe 10. Anyway. Yeah, if you got a lot of negativity, just step back. Try to make it positive. The drippings. I have no idea what you're saying. That's why I was saying, well, congratulations, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, sometimes a lot of us know each other online. Some of us have met, like I've met Steve in person, but you don't know a whole lot about their personal life. So, who knows how many kids people have or grandkids or whatever. Oh, Tony and Lisa? Oh, they're having a kid. Yeah, they're. I don't know how they. Well, you never know anymore. Some kids get started early, making grandparents before you're ready. Anyway. Okay. I was like to say, I knew Steve's son was, I think, 17. That would be a big jump in life. Show us your dance moves. What's the conversation? Oh, how you doing, Pork Chop? I was just talking about, trying to stay positive when when different things pile up on you. People's driving out on the road. I think that's one of my, I don't know if it's everywhere, but it sure seems like the people in Wichita Falls about 60% of them shouldn't even be allowed behind the steering wheel. Now there's some decent drivers, but man, a lot of them just don't think anymore. I couldn't imagine they can't maintain a lane and they're in a little compact car. Could you imagine if they was in a 75 Oldsmobile Delta 88 or whatever? When the big cars, they're 7.5 foot wide, and you only got a 9 foot wide lane. They'd never maintain a lane. But I don't know. I'm just using that for an example. But people just need to think better, drive better. Having a beer. I swallowed wrong. Boy, that's terrible when that happens. So Tony's not a good backer upper. Is that what you're saying, Steve? Road rage, yeah. Did you see the video of the Uber driver getting a shot after killing? No, I don't think I saw that. Got your blessings. You could be laying in a hospital bed. Somebody is always worse off than you. Don't sweat the small stuff. Exactly. Exactly. Never thought you'd be on the internet. I don't even know if they had the internet in the 70s. I'm sure they had something. Nothing like what we know of today. I think it was. Well, yeah, they did. Probably the late 70s, early 80s is the first time I remember anybody having a computer in their house. That was my uncle. Don't know honest. You know, boy, that would go viral. Old man on the live stream falls over choking. Mm-hmm. And sometimes what causes that is when I had my surgery, a lot of that got removed, so I get not choked easy, but more easily than normal than what I used to. So that's what that is. I built my Spark AR to 30%, which was excellent for me. The next day it went to 2 because I let so many orders go. Time out. Yeah, I've been to 0 several times. Acceptance rating will not get you deactivated. In certain situations, it could make a difference on the orders you get, though, depending on how many drivers there are and other factors involved, who's closest, and proximity used to not matter either, but it does nowadays. And it does in our market, that's for sure. Yeah, I think my acceptance rating, actually, it was green this morning, but I'll know tomorrow. I'm sure it drops some because I refused or rejected a few today. It was 44%. So anyway, this morning I got another order for 10 cases of water, and I wouldn't have touched that. You know how much weight that is? 440 pounds? That's a lot of wear and tear on your car. Not to mention your body. 5% canceled on my records. I lost count yesterday. I got a 15 round robins. You got 15 round robins? You don't get that here. You might get two, usually just one. And if you reject it, you might get another one. But the rest of them are ASAPs. But I've seen round robins at different times. Usually it's like 20 after. But I've gotten them the last few days. I've seen them come in like at 30, 35 after. I guess that's because you were unavailable because you was on another order. And as soon as you dropped that order, everybody else has already been rejecting that one. So they see you're available now, or the system sees you're available now. So they throw that at you on a round robin. It's the way I think that probably works. I don't know that for sure. It's just what it seems like. You thought I had a dog here? Yeah, I do. She's laying right over in front of the desk. So anyway, hey, how you doing? Sick of this? Sick of this? Yeah, well, I can get sick of things, but we just have to breathe and move on and keep smiling. Anybody working on Easter? I won't be. Most likely, I won't be. Got Easter plans. I'm listening for your rant on the topic. My rant on. Are you talking to me? What? Trump? Oh, Trump is still my man. I'm listening for your rant on the topic. A bunny lays eggs. Oh yeah, the little brown ones are about that big around. They don't taste like chocolate though. I'm not sure what the rant on a topic would be unless you're talking about Trump or something. I got no comment. But anyway, it sure got quiet here, and I'm at a loss. What do you think about Trump indictment? Oh Lord. Huh. Well, I don't keep up with politics much. Let's just go with that. It, pretty much all of them are crooks. It's just who's the lesser of the crook. Uh, I think he'll come out just fine. I need a lesson in produce, like when they want just one tomato, can't scan it, so just put the weight right. Yep, just weigh it. Because tomatoes are generally by the pound, unless it's like a 4-pack or something like that. And there, if you can't scan the label, there is I forgot what we called it, like a bin number. It's usually like 4 numbers. If you'll put that up there in that, where I think it says UPC or enter the UPC code or whatever. If you'll put that in there, one of the pickers showed me that the other day. because I'd usually try to find another one that would scan like on avocados or something. But if you'll just put that number in there, it'll work. Or it worked on that. I don't know if it always works, but it worked on that. You don't have to put like the long UPC number that's on the tag, on the price tag. Are those lights expensive to put up? What? These lights? Talking about these lights. These was no, they're cheap. Yeah, they're cheap. I don't remember exactly. You can probably even get them like at $5 and below. I think we got these at Walmart. There's like 10 or $12. It goes up, over, and then down over here. It's fairly long, you know. And you can change the colors and stuff, but this color seems to look better, although it does kind of give a glow because of the lighting and everything. Is it just me, or does it feel like you are in the store forever when you do a shop and deliver, even when it's always missing? Some orders I do. I had to order yesterday a shopping order, and it literally was going to send me to the one side where shampoo and stuff is, and then like to the chip aisle, and then one aisle away from the last aisle where the dairy is. It sent me all the way back up front. Then it was going to send me all the way back there again. And that, if unless you have a huge list, that's why you should, when you first get there and it says preview the order, if you'll take just a minute and look at that, and you might could save yourself some steps, but you got to be careful because they have that timer on it. But unless there's like something that's really going to delay you, like our Walmart, there's usually always an open register or the self-check. There's almost always one open. So you're not going to get delayed there, but you just have to watch out for your perishable items. But even when you put a perishable item, you still get an hour or so to get it delivered. But there's different circumstances for different areas, traffic and things like that. But Wichita Falls doesn't really have a traffic issue, other than dumb drivers just blocking the road in 2 lanes or 3. Other than that, but that's when you start zigzagging safely. My sister got a microchip in her take. Ooh. Wouldn't have done that, but that's just me. When are you going to speak on your topic? Oh, well, I did at first. And it really wasn't nothing. It was just, living positive and, when everything, just trying to remain positive when everything around you is like negative. That was pretty much a topic. And all I said basically is no matter how hard you try, there's something going to be negative in your day, almost every day. But it's how you cope with it and how you deal with it. And whether you run somebody off the road or flip them the bird or whatever. But your best bet is just to get away from it all. Just take a few minutes, refocus, reset, and then go back at it. But there's just so much negativity going on. That was the whole thing. Can't let it get to you is the main thing. The wire? That's crazy. Your body should not have inflammatory. Yeah, that's true. She thinks she big stuff. Oh. Well, I would worry about that, because once they got something on you like that, then they could track you no matter where you go or what you do. What is good foods exactly? I don't follow that one. Did someone hit your car again? No. No. just drivers in general. Like today, getting onto the interstate where it's 75 miles an hour, then you have people in front of you that get up on the interstate and go 60, and people move over, and it was a big old pickup pulling a big old horse trailer, and both of them want to drive about 60 miles an hour for the next 2 miles where I get to exit. If I'd have stayed behind, it would have been another 2.5 miles. But they both wanted to run at 60 miles an hour. One of them couldn't slow down, let the other one over, vice versa. They just blocked the highway. And that's very aggravating when you are trying to get somewhere. But no, I did not hit anybody. I had thought about it. I will not deny that. Could you live in your car if you had no home? Yes, I could. Well, not. I could in this car, but I wouldn't want to. If I was going to live in the car, it would probably be a van or a SUV. I would, as long as you got what you need. I will say one thing about sleeping in an SUV, because I did it a few times camping, is they're not very well insulated. So you definitely need to, if you're going to be at a state park or somewhere, you need electricity so you can plug in a lift to a floor heater, and they will not run off a 12-volt battery. You can get a low voltage heater that, like a dash heater, but it doesn't work too great. And I don't advise burning a candle to keep warm inside of a vehicle. Not all that, but you can plug in a little electric heater, and man, that'll make it nice and toasty in there. Just make sure you put some covers to cover your windows. You don't want people looking in on you. Are you going to tie? Who wants to be tracked all the time? I wouldn't want to be tracked. Not by my employer. You can. I can have your wife. Nah, I'm good. You better keep her. It'd be cheaper for you in the long run, probably. You're not going to get breakfast or anything else if you keep talking like that. You can live in a van. Damn it. Exactly. Exactly. I wouldn't want to live down by this river we live by, but like a nice, pretty river. Yeah, I could do it. Really, I liked sleeping in the SUV better than I did the tent because there was no setup and no takedown. You had to take some of the stuff out, like if you had coolers and stuff like that. But you can get a good setup with a tent pretty quick. I mean, with an SUV pretty quick. Mine you could set up, but you couldn't stand up, of course. But you could sit up, and I'd sit in there with my laptop and edit videos of my fishing that day or whatever I was doing. Your show helps me a lot. Well, that's good. I hope it helps somebody some way or another. Sometimes it's good just to talk, It's not all about the hustle. Like I said earlier, money ain't worth nothing if you don't have a life. All it's going to do is pay your bills, which you have to do. We all know that. But without some sort of life, what's it worth? Thought I was scared of bears? I ain't scared of bears unless they got red and blue lights on them. But if I run across a bear, I want to have that camera that y'all are watching me with, and I'm not going to go pet them, but I would like to find something to take pictures of from a safe distance. Here's my wisdom of life. I don't know about that, but I share what I know and answer what's asked most of the time. And if I don't have an answer, I'll tell you. I ain't gonna just make it up. And I may just kind of slide right on by it if it's not an appropriate question, which I really haven't had that many. Boy, you pushing it. All I can say is obviously she doesn't watch Dash and Grandpa's live streams. But no, that's what we're all here for, is just to help each other and talk about life and learn that people can be friendly. Contrary to some actions of others at different times, people can be friendly. Because sometimes somebody cuts you off, they may be having a bad day. Just accept it for what it is and move on. Try to be kind and considerate and understanding, and that's hard to do sometimes, but you're better off in the long run if you do. A real eater shelter now used to look like a Linda Evans. Yeah, I know who she is. Well, it's better to have somebody to share your life with than nobody to share your life with. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I got to take care of some things. Like unboxing this fishing reel. I'm going to get out there and do some fishing here pretty quick. The crappie are biting is what I have seen on Facebook. So I'm ready to get out there. Anyway, I appreciate y'all coming by tonight. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, and doing whatever it is you want to do. And I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks again for coming by, y'all. Y'all be nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy Easter, everybody. Y'all enjoy your family and everything that you're blessed with. I'll see y'all later. Bye.